Season 2 of the Pat and JT podcast.
Oh man, I'm here at last. The best time, always gonna be the best. Come on!
Exclusively on the Parkville Network.
Well, all right.
Oh my gosh, of all the guests we've had over the course of our career of seems like 75 years, probably one of my favorite of all time. Yeah. I would have to say. He's pretty smart. He is an astronaut. He's from Ashland.
Yes.
So there's one thing that you and Clay Anderson have in common. You're both from Ashland.
This is true.
Yeah.
We're both former Blue Jays.
And Clay Anderson is on our podcast. Hi, Clay.
Hey, guys. How are you?
We are so good. How are you?
Fair to partly cloudy with a chance of sunshine.
Legitimately, right? I mean, legitimately, you guys are. What's happening with the weather down there? You're in. By the way, should mention that he's in Texas.
Uh-oh.
I'm a what?
I said that you're.
I'm a what?
I said you're in Texas.
Oh, yeah. That's right, ma'am. I'm in Texas.
Put on your big hat. Okay, so what is going on down there? Let's talk about the weather real quick here, just to kind of get an update on how you're doing.
There's a tropical storm called Beta because they ran out of A through Z names. And
I feel like that hasn't happened very often, where they go to Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, whatever.
yeah, it happened once in the last 20 years, I think, if I remember right. But we're on Beta now, and Beta is coming in south of Houston, but we're on the dirty side, which means as it rotates right to left, we're on the side that drags in the rain and that pushes the storm surge up. So areas near us that are on the coastline are flooding, but we're not getting much rain at our house. We're going to be fine, but people that live on the water probably have some concern right now.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
I've never heard it called the dirty side before. It's a new term for me as far as tropical storms and hurricanes go. It's interesting.
Yeah, and it's hurricanes are an amazing thing. They're much better viewed from outer space than on Earth, but they're very dangerous and they're very crazy. They don't do always what they're expected to do. So this one kind of is really moving slow, and it's going to come in. It hasn't even hit land yet, so it's going to hit land sometime tonight, they say, and then it'll kind of parallel up the coast toward Houston, which that could be really bad. So we'll have to see.
My gosh.
Did you see a hurricane when you were in space?
Oh, yeah. Hurricane Dean was heading for Houston when I was in space in August of 2007. And, of course, what NASA decided to do, we had a visiting crew, the SES-118 crew on Endeavour had docked, and they had visited, and we were doing spacewalks. And so on my third spacewalk, the fourth of the mission, NASA decided to cut it short because the Endeavour crew needed to get home to protect their homes and families.
What?
Really?
And of course, they left me up there.
What?
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I have a home in the path.
We've met Sue. She can handle it. That's what they thought.
Fortunately, it turned.
Thank goodness.
And it went away, which was good. But then Felix came in behind it. Felix was not headed toward Houston at all, but Felix was huge. And I got some really good pictures of Felix. So it's fun to take pictures of him, but what's beneath them is
crazy.
Bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of Away, when you said Away, have you seen that TV show? I think it's called Away, about they're going to Mars.
My wife's watching a couple episodes, but I haven't watched it yet.
I'm sure it'll absolutely make you want to pull out what little hair you can still get a hold of, Clay. But
it's primarily probably ear hair now. At least for me, it is anyway.
Ear and eyebrows.
There you go. There you go.
Why?
Hilary Swank stars in it, and it's got some other familiar faces in it, and they're astronauts going to Mars. And there is a situation when they're on board that happens back on Earth with one of the families, and they have the option of going home, or do they continue? Yeah, and I just thought of that, like, oh, that's weird, because that happened in that show.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, did you ever have to do any deep space parenting when you're up there for so long? Like have any stern conversations with your kids when you're on the International Space Station?
No.
You wait till your father gets home in 6 months.
I'm going to say Susan's never said that. I'm just going to guess that she had it handled.
Probably.
You answered the question when you said Susan can handle it.
Yeah. Yeah, she got this. That's awesome.
I'm married up.
Yeah, you
Yes, absolutely, sir. She's fantastic.
Thank you.
You bet. So, okay, so let's get down to business here, because now that you're a retired astronaut, you're also a professor. I saw on your Facebook page it says Aquanaut.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, that's you're living underwater?
I didn't used to have that on my stuff until I saw a bunch of the other astronauts put it on their stuff. So I thought, well, what the hell?
What the heck? I want to be outdone.
And then, of course, author. How many books now?
Currently 4. My 4th just came out on Tuesday called Letters from Space. It's my 2nd children's book. So pretty exciting stuff here.
I saw.
You can't see it. Or you can see it, but nobody else can see it, right?
Yeah,
Right.
that's all right. Pat needs to see it. He's looking at you.
Yeah.
I've seen all the complimentary comments. A lot of kids really excited to get this.
I hope so. I guess there's a company called Literati, Literati, and I guess they're going to buy 16,000 copies. So that's a good
What?
thing.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What do they do with them? Like for schools or?
I don't know. I think they sell them, and hey,
You don't care. Who
yeah, they
cares?
stack them in a corner.
That's use them for gerbil cage liner. Who cares? Daddy's getting paid.
It's gotten really good reviews, and the illustrator is amazing.
Yeah.
She's from Hungary. Her name is Susan Battery, and she's her illustrations are perfect for the book. And of course, the star of the book is Astro Clay in cartoon form. So
Love it.
I will forever be immortalized as the bald-headed, big-eared, huge-nosed astronaut named Astro Clay.
Like Caillou from PBS. Have you seen Caillou?
Oh God, I can't stand
I'll send you a
that.
picture.
Oh,
No.
Caillou's creepy, man.
Crazy creepy.
Yeah.
I don't want to be creepy.
No,
No, you're not. You're not. Caillou's creepy. You're not creepy.
You're fine. So what's
Yeah.
the background
Okay,
on
good.
what's the background on Letters from Space?
Well, when A is for Astronaut came out from Sleeping Bear Press, it was very successful. And Sleeping Bear wanted to work another project with me. So we went through several iterations of types of books. And I wrote a couple manuscripts that they kind of said, "Meh." And then we came to the idea of folks would send me emails to space and I would write them back. So that's kind of the concept. Letters from Space is my replies to so-called received emails in space. And the neat thing is it focuses on actual things that we did and humorous things that I did. It points to a couple teachers I had in high school or in junior high and college. It's got some personal things in there like Cosmo, the Wonder Dog, who was our dachshund. And it's very cute. It's different than A is for Astronaut, which was a stretch book, right? You could start young and look at it, but you had to pretty much become a better reader to get the whole package of that book. But this one's more for young readers, and it's a lot of fun, and crazy aliens are floating around in it.
I bet that'd be kind of tough, tougher than people think to write a kid's book, to really write text and write a story targeted towards kids to keep their attention.
For me, it's pretty easy because that's my mental level.
I knew you were going to go there.
You are your target demo.
He is right over the target.
Yeah. And I don't even know what target demo means.
Perfect.
And you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. So when's the next time you're going to be back in this neck of the woods?
I was just there 2 days ago. Actually, I had
What?
dinner at Round the Bend Steakhouse with my family. My Uncle Jim Anderson turned 80 on Friday.
Wow.
And of course, we were going to have a big celebration until he got COVID-19.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
wow.
How's he doing?
Yeah. He's doing okay. We actually met with him and saw him, and he seemed to be doing okay. He wasn't complaining of many symptoms. He had a dry cough, but hopefully he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
and it just kind of detracted our plans a little bit.
Yeah, no kidding. For Pete's sake, that's not a great birthday present.
And now I can, when I get all these questions, I can now say, yeah, I know somebody who had COVID-19.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Seriously.
Which apparently goes into someone's statistical database to scare the crap out of America.
Here we go.
Oh, sorry.
Here we go.
My bad. Can you delete that?
Nah.
Too late.
Too late. Nah. You know, it's interesting. Little side note. I saw a story the other day. I didn't read the entire thing. Clickbait. Didn't go there, but I read the headline. There was a story about a woman, 102 years old. She survived the Spanish flu 1918 and COVID.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Yikes.
She's 102. She's been through both of them.
Tapping into her blood for a vaccine.
Whatever that is she's got.
Right.
I want it.
Right.
I'm guessing if you tap into her blood, you might find some alcoholic content in there.
I would hope so.
I would imagine.
Hard whiskey or something.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, some of the things she's been through, no doubt.
What'd you eat at Round the Bend? Did you have some of the testes?
My brother-in-law ordered some and as an appetizer, and we tried to get my son to try one, and he wasn't going there.
They're so good.
Oh, man.
I love them. I think they're great.
Absolutely. I had a friend, too. She always said, not enough ketchup in the world. I was like, you are just missing the point.
Right. It's not. It's glorious.
I'll pretty much eat anything that's deep fried.
Okay, well, there's that. Okay.
But a space trivia, there used to be a Testicle Festival t-shirt hanging in the Shep's Bar in Star City and near Moscow, Russia.
Oh my God.
But the last trip I went there, someone had stolen or destroyed or moved the Testicle Festival t-shirt.
Well,
apparently I was pretty bummed.
They must not understand what kind of festival it was. Maybe they were confused.
They were nuts.
You know what? Speaking of which, do you remember the old Round the Bend?
Do I?
Yeah, before they moved when they were in South Bend.
No.
It was a little restaurant right in town. I remember going there before they moved to that place up on the hill.
Oh, really?
Because they got and I think they started the festival when they were still in South Bend. And somebody out there knows correct what the history is, but they would have it. It got too big, and that's when they looked to expand.
It's
and I was up there not too long ago. Vogler's, who has a podcast, as a matter of fact, the Bullpen with our network. But the Vogler's were out there, and and this is the first time I've been in their ballroom, and they had a birthday party for their mom. Funny story, Les Vogler, he made the announcement, happy birthday to my mom. She's turning 86. She says 85. Made the big announcement to the ballroom full of people.
85.
Sorry, Les, you got that wrong. But anyways,
Plus or minus X.
Right, come on. But that was the first time I'd been in the ballroom area, and that's just fantastic. And it was only half the size of. They had it cut down for this event. It's a huge.
If people haven't
really
gone
cool
there, man,
place.
I know. I mean, it's like you were in town for just a couple days, destination,
yeah.
And people complain about I'm not going to eat a testicle. But then a day later, they're eating a hot dog, which is intestines filled with scrot. But it's just awful. Who knows what's in a hot dog? I'd rather have balls all day. You know.
Now I feel like going to sucking down a raw oyster.
There you go.
I can't do that.
There you go.
So gross.
Do you get to crawdad's a big deal around
I've never
your
had
area?
a crawdad.
I haven't either.
Do you eat is it crayfish, crawdad? What do they call it?
Yeah, they're kind of interchangeable words, but yeah, crawfish etouffee and boudin and all that kind of Cajun stuff's pretty good too.
That sounds good. I know my dad used to like those because when they get down to Louisiana, sometimes they always made a point to go to this.
Do they taste like
restaurant.
lobsters?
I don't know.
Do they taste like?
Oh,
no.
I don't know.
River
They're
lobsters?
so small, and if you have to peel them, you go where you have boiled crawfish. It's such a pain in the butt to get them out. And I sucked on their heads a couple times, and I thought, what's the deal with this?
Yeah, it seems so odd.
This is a thing.
So,
who did this first? I want to know who did it first.
Yeah, who's the guy that dug in that hole and said, "Hey, we ought to eat these"?
Right, and then on top of it, suck on their head.
Well, maybe we ought to wash it first.
Maybe. Wash it. Yes, right. Oh my God, that's awesome. So you won't be back this way for a while then, I imagine.
I'll be back in October. We're trying to set up book signing, people are so afraid to gather, and I keep telling them, hey, I'm happy to gather. And so the bookworm, we went to sign their stash of copies of Letters from Space, so they at least have autographed copies to sell.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to see if I can get another book signing at the museum, the Strategic Air Command Museum, or back at the Bookworm when I come in October. But it's really hard to get folks to agree to do that.
Yeah.
Still.
Wow.
Yeah, I can imagine. So hopefully this will all be over soon and get back to normal.
I know. I was just glad to see that we're playing football.
Yeah, go Big Red.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Now, are you still teaching over at Iowa?
Oh, I am. This fall, though, I teach at Iowa State from home in Houston. And my first lecture week was from Orange Beach, Alabama. So, it is nice to be able to do things remotely, but I just don't like it. I'm much more fun in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask my wife. Oh, wait, don't.
No. Say the opposite.
Right. Yeah. I can attest to that too. It's a lot.
She's trying to get me on the first flight to Mars.
She's watching away thinking,
Get him out of here.
Maybe this should be this is an opportunity we don't want to miss.
It was kind of a luxury before to people be able to work from home. It was exciting. Got to work from home, blah, blah, blah. Now it's just a drag, man. I think everybody's just over it.
Oh, I am. I've been over it. The nice thing is in Houston, they're at 20, I think they're 50% in restaurants and stuff, but you can still go out and walk. And I've been going to the gym for a month, but I got to wear a mask, which I find disappointing. But, it doesn't preclude me from playing golf, which I've done a ton since this whole thing started. So I don't feel too disenfranchised from the whole thing. But, my son, for example, he's in Omaha working from his apartment every day.
Oh, man.
And it's like, man, bless his heart, he's busting his hump, but it's got to suck. I can only imagine.
It's true. And I don't know if you knew about, we had some changes recently at Parkville Media. We've now been absorbed by Hurrdat Media. And we're the Hurrdat Media division with podcast division, and they've all been working from home since March, and it's for sure till the end of the year. They're hoping to get everybody back together by the end of the year, and then we'll be moving into new studios as well. Super excited.
Nice.
We've only met like 5 of the people in person that we work with. There's only over 70 employees.
Yeah.
So it's an odd, and there's a lot of stories like that where people get jobs where they haven't been to the office at all. Every interview, everything's been all remote. Yeah.
Really crazy.
Well, in the case of Pat, that's probably a good thing that not many of them have met you.
Thank God.
Yeah, thankfully,
Thank God.
everything's all signed before he met a lot of people in person.
That's
and
right.
They were
Total suckers.
got the inks dry. Sorry, we're done. You got us.
Yeah, Sue's working from home for NASA, and I don't think she's scheduled to go back till January. And
Wow.
she actually likes it, but there are different reasons why she likes it. So we'll just have to see how it goes. NASA sends the critical people back on site to do their criticalness, and then other folks aren't so critical, so they get to stay home and diddle. Crazy.
I'd rather wait until we didn't have to wear masks at work, because I couldn't do a mask all day long.
No.
People that get work all day and wear a mask, it's just hats off, man. I couldn't do it.
Just tell people you're eating or drinking something, and you just take it off, and then have a water bottle right next to you. Just grab it.
Good point. Be more obese than I already am. Just have a bag of chips next to me, constantly eating. Stupid COVID-25.
Right. The COVID-25.
Well, you don't have to actually eat it. You can just fake it, right? You just bring it up to your mouth and
right,
put it
Pat?
back down.
Do you have that kind of...
Are you kidding me? If I have a chip or anything anywhere near my mouth, there's no faking it.
The chip doesn't stand a chance.
No, the
That's
chip
right.
is gone.
It's gone. Well, congratulations on book number 4, which actually run through the titles real quick of all your books and what they're about.
Well, my first book was The Ordinary Spaceman, From Boyhood Dreams to Astronaut.
Yes.
And that's my memoir. My second book was my first children's book, A is for Astronaut, Blasting Through the Alphabet, which is a wonderful, wonderful kids book.
Awesome.
And then my third was It's a Question of Space, based on answers from a website called Quora.com. And then my fourth book and my second children's book, Letters from Space, is also pretty amazing for kids. It'll make a great match set for Christmas.
Yes. Yes.
And then I'm working on self-publishing a second volume of It's a Question of Space, but that's kind of a slow process for me.
It's all right. You'll get it done. You've gotten a lot done. Seriously, once you got started, you got the ball rolling. Now you got 4 books.
And it's really hard to get that ball rolling on a flat earth like we have,
Right. I
know.
I'm sorry. I've heard the people talk. Listen, I love a conspiracy theory as much as anybody. I've heard the flat earthers tell their story. And also that we live in a dome. That's another one that the flat earth, and it's a dome, so you can't actually go to the moon.
Yeah.
Because the moon's actually a light in the sky.
and they vote.
And they vote.
Oh my gosh.
I listen to so many of these podcasts. I always think, though, when they talk about the flat earth, I'm always like, guys, if it really was flat, the cats would have already knocked everything off.
Right.
So I'm sure it's not flat.
Not flat.
All right, Clay. Hey,
You're
where can we
awesome.
get your books? Where can we get them?
You can get them from Amazon.com is probably the easiest and quickest way.
Yeah.
If you follow Astro Clay on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, you'll find links that can get you to the book and potentially to autographed copies of the book. astroclay.com, my website, I can guarantee you can get an autographed copy from that place. The Bookworm has, I don't know, they had 100 or so books as of Thursday this week or this past week. So
Cool.
I hope they're all gone by now, though. But
Exactly.
there aren't many yet in Barnes & Noble, but I hope they'll be shortly. So I guess if you just follow Astro Clay on social media, and you can find the easiest ways to get them. And then astroclay.com and amazon.com are the quickest.
We got all those links in our show notes, too. So
Absolutely.
you can just scroll down and just click. Click away.
Start buying Christmas
Click,
presents.
click, like your life depends on it.
Clickety clack. Clay, so when you're in town again, you got to let us know. Want to have you in.
Oh, you can actually come in
Yeah.
to a podcast?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You betcha.
Are you guys sitting 6 feet apart?
Yep.
Actually, we are.
I don't think we've ever sat closer than 6 feet.
We did once. It was really awkward.
Yeah, I
we
hit her
did
boob once with my arm, accidentally, with my elbow.
Like, that is not happening again.
Yeah, we were on stage, and I leaned back in, or moved my arm back in and went boink. I'm like, oh. It was awkward.
Couldn't react because we were in front of people. It was just like, oh my God, are you kidding me?
I just hit your boob, didn't I?
Oh, you did.
Yeah. Clay, thank you for coming on with us. And congrats on the
You
book.
bet. It's always a pleasure, guys. I love you, and thanks for always supporting me like you have.
Absolutely.
it.
That won't ever end.
It won't. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, go Big Red and go Blue Jays.
Yay.
GBR. Thanks, Clay. Clay Anderson, our friend. Thanks for listening to our podcast.
Pat and JT Podcast, a Hurrdat Media Production.